what's up, it's you for today's video with a full slow start ability Pokemon team. Derek, this one is for you, man. So, I'm going to be using Regigigas and Varoom. I have no idea, apart from Engine being a slow start, I guess, why they gave a baby Pokemon like Varoom such a horrible ability. It's kind of cruel. So, I'm going to be using 3 Regigigas and 3 Varoom on one team. This is going to be the fattest of videos. I think it's nearly going to go for an hour, so I've got some amazing content for you, so I hope you appreciate that little bit of extra effort there. I'm kicking it out a slow start into high gear. So we're going to be going for 7 or 8 battles today. I think that's what it is. And we got first battle here. This is on the Poke Portal. I'm not really sure of my opponent's name, but we do have a Torkoal lead. Now, I'm going to be using Varoom here. So with slow start, this halves your attack and your speed. So essentially, you're really slow like a snail, and you hit like a wet paper bag. So it's not exactly a very good ability at all. Now, this Torkoal is going to be hitting me with Burning Jealousy. I lived that one with my bulky Varoom here. Just Toxic Spikes, Parting Shot, Toxic, and Steel Beam. Its moves are very limited, and it's going to be having a Torkoal with any sort of fire move I was expecting, or Stealth Rock, which is pretty straightforward there for a Torkoal. Now, this Varoom, let me give you the EVs. I know you're probably very excited to hear them. We've got Max Health and Max Special Defense, our Bold Nature with an Everlight. So, Terra Steel, really, I didn't want to Terra Varoom at all. I had one that I was going to Terra, but most of the time it was going to be Regigigas. Now, the Torkoal went for a Shell Smash here, which I found very interesting. Not the fact that it used Shell Smash, because it had the item Eject Pack. Now, usually when someone does Eject Pack and Shell Smash, that means they want to use the next Pokemon incoming to make use of that. And by what I mean by that is through means of copycat, right? You may have seen me do this quite a few times in my videos and some of my Pokemon sweeps. I've already done this strategy quite a few times, but when they sent a Leaf on, I knew they were going to go for copycat. So I'm going to bring in my sweeping Varoom, and I say that pretty loosely. This is going to be a special attacking set. So this is going to be Veno Shot, which works with the first one for double power with the poison, and we've also got Endure and Weakness Policy. So now we got the Leaf on going for the obvious copycat there. Well, obvious to me, because I've seen that strategy quite a lot, and I've used it tons as well. So now Leaf on's going to get a Shell Smash, and I'm going to go for Veno Shock against it. Now this is going to hurt, because Leaf on doesn't have super amazing special defense, and they're probably not expecting this either. So I'm going to go for Veno Shock there. That's going to be the end of the Leaf on. So Varoom absolutely destroyed that combination, which is pretty cool. This EV spread is going to be, we've got Terra Flying, and we also got Metal Sound and Steel Beam, and I've got Max Health and Max Special Attack and Modest Nature. So in comes Skarmory. Skarmory, I thought, may try and phase me out here, but they're going to use Sword Dance and Setup, so they're going to try and sweep me. So I'm going to go for the Metal Sound here. Now, it's also something to add to slow start. Your special attack is not affected. It's just the attack stat. So that gives it a few little workarounds there if you want to try and use a special attacking Varoom, which is terrible, and Regigigas special attack. So I had a little bit of leeway there, but not too much. So Skarmory's going to set up a Sword Dance and finish him off there with a couple of Iron Heads. I had like a Weakness Policy Endure strategy, but obviously with Skarmory's moves, it was never going to activate. It might have worked with something else, with maybe some sort of like fire move, right? So we're going to bring in Regigigas, special Regigigas. We got Thunder from Down Under, Hyper Beam, Focus Miss, and Protect. Now, it's pretty cool that Regigigas does actually have Protect, so that means it can stall a turn of this slow start out, but still, it's a long way to go. You got to do like another 3 turns. So Skarmory is going to get dropped by a Thunder. I bet you they never saw that one coming, and with that Metal Sound up before, there was no way it was going to live. Next Pokemon's going to be Blissey here, and I've got this Regigigas actually isn't all that bad. I mean, it definitely isn't like super good, but it can be fun to use. So I don't have a lot to really do to a Blissey. It's a special defense and health tank, so I'm going to swap that out and go into my Regigigas number 3 here. So this is a physical set, so we're going to have that slow start affecting our speed, and attack for 5 turns. So it's going to be max speed and max attack Jolly Nature. I've got Citrus Berry as the item, and we've got Protect, Substitute, Crush Grip, which is Regigigas' signature move, and Terra Blast. Now, I've got Terra Ghost here, which is going to be handy against any fighting types. Now, to my surprise, the opponent is going to go for a Terra Blissey. I'm like, okay, this is interesting. I what this going to be. It's going to be Terra Electric Blissey. So, like, this is very interesting. So, I was kind of curious what they were going to try. So, the Blissey, well, obviously, was going to take this turn. I went for a Protect to try and stall that slow start a little bit. And Blissey went for a Thunder. So, I'm like, okay, it's probably like a Serene Grace Thunder Blissey. I mean, you know, props to them for using a special attacking Blissey. At least it's not like, you know, something like super overpowered. So I'm going to go for, this time I'm going to go for a sub. Blissey is going to be able to get that Thunder off. Regigigas has, you know, pretty good bulk to it. So it's going to be able to live that one nicely. And I'm going to eat a Citrus Berry. I guess they were maybe going for a Paralyze there. That would have been bad. So since I got on the turn here, I went for the sub. So it does get Substitute and Protect, which is good for stalling out the slow start. The problem is you take up a lot of move slots with that, right? So you got to make sure the last couple of moves count. So unfortunately, it's got Hyper Voice too. I'm like, oh no, I'm completely counted here. At least that's what the opponent thinks, right? So we're going to go for that Crush Grip, get that 2 damage. Crush Grip is based on the amount of health the opponent has. So the more health it's got, the more damage it's going to do. The less health it's got, the less damage it's going to do, right? So I've got my Protect up here. That's now 4 turns of slow start burnt up. The opponent's going to stall here with Soft Boiled, probably guessing I go for Protect behind the sub, which is, you know, fairly obvious. And now what I'm going to do this turn, I know they're going to go for Hyper Voice. They think they're going to be able to feint me here, but I've got that little edge by going for Terra Ghost. And once this goes through, my slow start will actually wear off and my attack and speed will double, or they'll be back to normal, right? And Regigigas has a base of 160 in attack, so there's no games to be played there, right? So we've got that Terra Ghost hiding behind a sub as well, which is pretty powerful. Hyper Voice is going to fail. And now, yeah, Blissey's toast, right? I can outspeed it and I can hit really hard. Matter of fact, I can probably outspeed, you know, nearly all the Pokemon on their team and, you know, we nearly one-shot them. So Blissey takes that rather well, which is fine because that was, remember, that was the last turn of my slow start. And now slow start, I'm going to be able to get it going this turn and we're going to rampage through the rest of this team. And we can go for the Terra Blast here, and the opponent does, they threw the towel in. The moment I got that slow start, they threw the towel in. So I thought that was a pretty cool battle there. They thought they had me, then I got that reverse, and then they sort of salty cancelled there. But I thought that was a pretty funny battle. Let's get on to battle number 2. This is against, I think it was Gogeta or something like that, and we got a Rayquaza lead. Now, this Rayquaza is going to pop a Fire Mist, and it's going to land on slow 4, which is my little Varoom here. And I managed to get a Toxic up, which is pretty cool. So I was a little bit worried about Rayquaza because it wouldn't be affected by Toxic Spikes and stuff like that. So it usually was a little bit handy to get a bit of damage on any flying type. So Fire Mist is going to miss, which is great because this turn I actually went for Toxic Spike. So I got a layer on the field, which was handy. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to get 2 layers up unless I got like another miss. But I was happy to get one on. At least it's a bit of damage, right? It's not nothing like super, super amazing. So since I thought, well, Rayquaza is firing off those Fire Blasts, maybe I can bait them into going for another Fire Blast, right? Since I lived that with my Everlight one, maybe there's a chance my second one can live the Fire Blast and then get a Weakness Policy and then go for Venom Shock, right? So here comes the Fire Mist, and you wouldn't read about it. I got credit. I'm like, oh, come on. I'm like, Weakness Policy Pokemon. I really, really wanted to take Rayquaza out with a Varoom. It would have been solid content. But alas, maybe one day people will get a Varoom sweep. I have been trying, trust me. That was the one I was going for, by the way. Next Pokemon's going to be Varoom number 3. This is a Cursed Gyro Ball set, and it's max health and max special defense. And it, you know, I thought it was like reasonable bulky on the special side, which it was, and I had to go for Gyro Ball. I couldn't set up any curses and stuff. I really had to get that little bit of extra damage to feint Rayquaza. So I've nearly lost half my team already to one Rayquaza. Next Pokemon, we got a Kyogre, so it's obviously a legend. They got all legendary spammer, and yeah, this is actually pretty funny. So they swap the Kyogre in, right? They go for Sheer Cold and it misses. I'm like, why do you need to go for Sheer Cold against a Varoom? Like, What's going on? So I went for the Gyro Ball. Obviously, it did 2 damage. Yeah, to no one's surprise. A little bit more toxic damage, and then the Kyogre's going to go for the Origin Pulse. So obviously, my Varoom is going to faint that. I'm not going to be able to live, but that's okay. You know, now I've got 3 Regigigas to see if they can get me back into the game. So we're going to go to the special one. I thought, well, since it's raining, I may as well make use of my Thunder Regigigas set. What was that camera angle? So I just got, I think I just got a camera angle of Regigigas' armpit, and yeah, that's going to be the end of the homeboy Kyogre. It's going to fade to a crit, which definitely didn't matter. So bye-bye Rayquaza and bye-bye Kyogre. Next Pokemon's going to be Miraidon. They just keep coming. So I was thinking to myself, well, I could go for Hyper Beam here. Or I could try and save this Regigigas, but the other ones are pretty good as well. I really need. This also had a Quick Claw, by the way, if I didn't mention that earlier on. So I went for Protect. I got Protect and Quick Claw. It's the combination you could always hope for, right? Such a handy combination. Anyway, to my surprise, Miraidon's going to go for Outrage. Instead, I thought they may go for Electro Drift. So maybe they thought I was going to be like Terra Electric or something like that and went for Outrage, or maybe they've just got a purely mixed set. So here comes Outrage. That's going to do nothing to Regigigas. I just went for Hyper Beam. You know, that's my best move I've got there. Miraidon is going to take the full load, and the rain is going to stop. Now, that's actually going to be the end of the Miraidon 2 on the very next turn. I'm recharging this turn. I can't do anything. Miraidon's going to be forced to go for Outrage again, and Regigigas is going to be able to live that one. Obviously that confusion doesn't matter because it's going to faint this turn. So suddenly we've sort of squared up this battle now. So it's an even 3-all, but there's still more legendary Pokemon to come. Trust me. So that's half the team down. Out comes Chien Pao, and hopefully I don't get powered by a fighting move because it's going to be bad, right? So it's going to get poisoned. Now, Chien Pao, obviously we're outspeed me. There's no way. He went for Sheer Cold again. They've got those one-hit KO moves. I went for a Focus Fist. It landed. I was like, man, this is going to do some good damage. And Chien Pao is going to, well, let me put it this way. It's going to get powered out of the battle. I had no idea that I'd come out on top in that matchup. I got my act together. Out comes another Rayquaza. This time it's shiny. So I just went for Hyper Beam here. I got a Quick Claw. You wouldn't read about it. Now Rayquaza, I thought was going to attack, but they cancelled the battle. Once again, I got the slow start gone, and the opponent salty cancel. So there you go. If you're enjoying the cancels with slow start ability, team, yeah, drop a like on the video and tell me what you think about. Do you like Regigigas? Tell me your favorite slow start Pokemon, but there's not too many. And if you've got any cool theme suggestions too, people, if you'd like to see me do them, please put them below. I'd like to read my comments and leave some theme suggestions there below. Anyway, so we got another battle here. We got an Incineroar lead. I actually managed to live that Flare Blitz pretty nicely too. So far the teams are going pretty good. We got 2 salty cancels back to back, and yeah, Varoom is going to get burned. They went for Fake Out this turn. I think they just tried to disrespect me because they knew I was already going to faint for fake to that burn. So I went for Toxic that turn. I didn't even think I'd be able to get a move off that turn. So they were conserving their health, or so I guess they were conserving their health, or just trying to disrespect me. I think they're thinking, maybe a little bit overconfident with the team that I've got, right? I did find I had that quite a few times, and a lot of the time the opponents either rage quitted or cancelled the battle. Next Pokemon is going to be Varoom, and now Varoom can go for a Venoshock here. I was hoping to live it, and I was like, I'll get my weakness policy up, and it fainted. So that was a bit unfortunate. I would have definitely taken out Incineroar there with the recall damage and stuff like that. So Incineroar's going to eat a berry here, and it's going to get a little bit of its health back. I've got that Toxic going, which is good, because this is a very, very good counter on my team, right, as you can see. So I thought, you know what, we'll send in another Varoom. At least I can get another round of Toxic and maybe a little bit more recall damage. Here comes another Flare Blitz here, and I'm going to get cooked off again. So Incineroar has effectively taken out half my team. This is what happened in a lot of the battles. Varoom isn't a very good Pokemon at all, right? It's very, very difficult to use. But, yeah, Incineroar's got to faint, so that's at least 1 Pokemon down. So it's basically, at this point, it's a 3 versus 5 battle. So out comes Rhyperior. I'm going to send in my special Regigigas. So I've got Focus Blast here. I can go for that. That's going to do some good damage. Rhyperior is also poisoned too. Now, I feel like I can live whatever Rhyperior does at all. Whether it's an Earthquake, a Hammer Arm's going to hurt, but I feel like I'll live it, and that'll drop its speed too. But instead, he used Stomping Tantrums. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. I know that I can live that. So some damage there from the Toxic, which is good, and another turn towards my slow start. So unfortunately, Focus Miss is going to miss, and oh look, Regigigas Armpit has made another debut into this battle. What is going on with this camera angle? It seems to be with the really big Pokemon or like arenas that are really, really small. So Rhyperior is going to bite the dust there, and that's 2 Pokemon now. So things are starting to look up. Now, this was cruel, right? You watch this. This is straight cruel. So in comes Hydrapple. Like, this thing is pretty thick, right? So I went for Protect. I have a chance of actually outspeeding this too, because this is the max speed Regigigas. So I'm thinking, all right, leave that Fickle Beam. At least one of them. This is a double base power one. It's going to be kind of nasty. Anyway, so I can go for High Beam this turn. I outsped, which is really cool. And it actually lived only just, and then it went for Fickle Beam here. So Fickle Beam doesn't do a lot of damage. Now, I was like, okay, if it's like another underpowered Fickle Beam, I've got this right, because I'm recharging this turn. I get my act together, right? Watch this. Instead of using Fickle Beam, you wouldn't read about it. It uses Dragon Tail. I was so salty there. So I lost my slow start. So yes, if you have slow start, you get rid of the slow start, right? And you swap out, you got to do the slow start all over again. So yeah, I was salty, but I was laughing as well. I was pretty mean. Anyway, Hydrapple is going to faint there that turn. I guess I thought, well, I'm just going to get rid of that because it got its boost up. So in comes Skeledirge here, which is probably just going to spam Torch Song. And I've got my... Oh, I haven't used this Regigigas yet. So this is the really, really tanky set. Now, if you're a real long-time Pip Night viewer, you'll probably know or probably recognize this set. It is a little bit different. Oh, we had Sunstone Skeledirge. Johnny up in I should have... So we got this bulky Regigigas, yeah? So it was max health, max special defense. That's why it's doing nothing to me. Now, this normally... the EV spread was max health and max defense, impish nature, Drain Punch, Body Slam, Knockoff, and Body Press. Now, in the old days, when we had all the moves and stuff like that, I used to run Drain Punch, Power Up Punch, Dizzy Punch, and I think I ran Knockoff as well. So that allowed me to boost my attack and then get it back with Drain Punch. So another cameo from this time the other Regigigas Armpit, and we've got the Archaludin. This Archaludin had a resist mochi. Another armpit view or a hand view. I don't know what that is. Anyway, it was a big gold and yellow thing, and that's the end of my Regigigas. So I thought this is going to be a really big problem, yeah? But it's not going to be too much of a problem because I've got Focus Miss, yeah? So I'm slipping it in. I got that Quick Claw, which is great because I got outsped before. Focus Miss misses. Now, that was a huge, humongous, ginormous... thumping miss there, because that would have taken it out or it would have done huge damage, right? Absolutely like, incredible damage. So my last Pokemon is the Regigigas number 3. The only way I can get around this is Protect and Terra Blast Ghost. Now, we got a bit of a problem here, because this is a Stamina Duraludin, Archaludin, which they pretty much always are with Body Press, and that's a direct counter, the very, very easy direct counter to my team. That Focus Blast really, really cost me there, because I was ready to go. I was like, all I got to do is use Focus Blast, and then say if that doesn't finish it off, I'll just finish it off with the Terra Ghost. You know, it should be fine, even with slow startup. So they're going to go for Body Press. I absolutely have to stall them out here. There's a bad play would be to start attacking them with slow start up, because by the time slow start, I get my act together right, it's going to have too many boosts in defense. So I need to attack this at full power, yeah? So I'm going for that Protect. I'm going for that sub, and I really was forced here to go for Protect a couple of times in a row. I wasn't really sure how I was going to be able to do this right. So I went for double Protect, and I got it behind the sub. So that pretty much cemented my chances of getting a slow start to go, and for me to get my act together, which means I can outspeed and I can hit a lot harder. Unfortunately, earlier on, it did get like another stamina boost, or as I hitting it too, it's going to get some more boost. So that's easily going to fade my sub here. I do have a Citrus Berry though, so I'm like, I should be able to leave like 3 hits here. So here it comes. We're going to go for Terra Blast Ghost and kind of underwhelming damage as to be expected, yeah? So another stamina boost, absolutely nothing I could do here. Here comes a Flash Cannon. They got so lucky and got another crit there. So that basically here, they got that Focus Miss and they got that crit. that pretty much gave them the win here on a silver platter. Like, if I landed that Focus Blast or not got crit there, I would have been able to beat this Archaludens, but they were very, very lucky. And their last Pokemon, obviously there was going to be no worries at all with, Regigigas having its, act together, right? But I used my final Terra Blast, and since it had so many, like, stamina boosts already, my attack was going to do nothing. So, very, very unlucky end to the battle there, but it was still quite funny there. They had a couple of funny items in that Dragon Tail, which was pretty hilarious too. So there you go, got that Sunstone Skellyduge and that Resist Mochi Archaluden, plus winning the lottery. Let's get on to the next battle here. This is battle number 4. This one is against Will Jax. Man, look how mean that Heracross looks. So we got a theme team here. I wonder if anyone can guess what this is. I had to think about it for a little bit, but I kind of guessed it. So we got a Seviper lead. So Seviper is difficult for this team, especially with my Varooms, because I can't really use any Toxic Spikes or Toxic strategies, yeah? So in comes Hariyama, got them big purple hands. I just unloaded a Steel Beam here, and Hariyama gonna be able to live that one pretty good. So here comes a Focus Miss. It's a special Hariyama, and yeah, my Varoom is not going to be able to live that one at all. So that's the end of Varoom. Not that I really expected it to do much anyway. So second Varoom here, I've got Steel Beam. I was hoping I might be able to outspeed it, but even with slow start, yeah, Hariyama. I mean, Hariyama's not fast either, but slow start in Varoom, yeah. So that's the end of Varoom. It got one-shotted. Nothing I could have done about that. We're going to go to Regigigas now. So this is my special one. I'm hoping Focus Mist will miss, right? I'm hoping for that. So I got a Quick Claw, which is great. And now I can go for the Hyper Beam. So I've unloaded a Hyper Beam on the Hariyama, and it's lived. I was like, damn, this thing is super thick. So here comes another Focus Blast. This is like, what, 3 in a row now? And that is a very, very close KO there, but I actually managed to live that one. And then Focus Blast misses on the next turn, and then I got a Quick Claw, and then I went for Focus Blast. Disrespect. That was actually really, really... That was a bit cheeky there, Ro, for that, because that could have easily have missed. But anyway, I just sent off the Hariyama with that after, destroying half my team. I thought it was appropriate. So anyway, so we're going to go for Protect on the Seviper. Now, Seviper... will absolutely be able to fight me here with Gunk Shot unless it misses, or I get my act together, or I get a Quick Claw. So I got a double protect, which is really, really cool. So I think that's 1, 2... Actually, I get my act together this turn, I'm sure of it. So I've got my, I got double protect in a row, which is absolutely excellent. And now I finally got my act here. My speed is not affected. I've unloaded another High Beam on the Seviper. Seviper doesn't have a focus set. He lived on 1 health. So, oh man, I was laughing and I was super salty as well. And Disrupt some Salt in there. The Seviper had a Black Sludge as well. I was like, come on, man. So, yeah, so that's the merchants available, people. So we're going to bring in the next Regigigas. It's number 2. Gunk Shot's going to miss, which is very, very good. I'm going to go for a Body Slam here. That's going to finish off the snake. Oh, that was one very, very flat snake after that. I can't believe that. Next Pokemon is the mighty, the unrivaled Illuminati Illumini. So it's going to go for that sunny day. It's going to get that sun up. Now, I went for Body Slam, and obviously I've got the slow start up, so my attack is halved. So Illuminus is going to be able to live that. So with the sun up, Illuminus is going to be able to get that growth off, giving it a nice boost in attack and special attack by 2 instead of 1. I went for another Body Slam there. It's going to have Bug Buzz, which is that actually did a pretty good amount of damage considering, Regigigas' overall bulk, and Illuminus going to faint there. I was actually going for a Body Slam, but I never got one. Next Pokemon's going to be Swalot. Swalot these nuts. Oh, it's swallowing a berry, and this is going to be very bad, right? Because this actually swallowed a Apricot Berry, which boosted its special defense, so it made it bulky on the defensive side and also bulky on the special defensive side. So I'm thinking, I want to see how much this does, right? So I'm going for Body Slam. That was with slow start up. It did absolutely nothing. So I'm thinking, I'm going to have to get like maybe a crit or just wear this thing down, right? So I'm going for Body Slams. I'm going for a Paralyze. This thing has Body Press, so it's going to do a lot of damage to me. Even with, it's very nice bulk. So I'm going to be put to sleep here by Yawn, and it's going to finish off with Body Press. Swallow like squashing Regigigas is a pretty funny sight to behold. Next Pokemon going to be Regigigas number 3 here. This was my Terra Ghost one. I have to go for Protect here. So I'm thinking to myself, if I get that Protect up, I know that I can take a Body Press unless I Unless I get critted, of course, that could be nasty. I then could get a sub up, and then I could go for Terra Ghost. A little bit like the Archaludon from before. I have to work around it. So it seems this Swallow only really has Body Press as its main attack, or its only attacking move. Which I like Swallow. It's a pretty cool Pokemon, right? It's sort of like Garbodor. They kind of have like similar kind of moves. So they have a wide variety of moves they actually learn, right? They've got a lot of different status moves, a lot of cool special moves and physical moves. You don't really know what it's going to do until you see it, right? So I got my sub up. I'm going to go for Protect here, and I'm really trying to get my act together at the moment. You know what I'm saying? That slow start. So Body Press is easily going to break my sub unless I go for a Terra Ghost here. I did one final sub to eat my Citrus Berry, and then I knew there was one other Pokemon which I knew I could at least have a super effective move for, but I wasn't sure about the other ones, yeah? So here comes the Body Press that's going to break my sub. It's sort of like when, if you remember the episode when Muck jumped on top of Professor Oak, it sort of like reminded me of that, right? Wait, in the Pokemon anime, did Muck beat Bellsprout, or did Bellsprout grab Muck and swing it around? I just remember like Bellsprout picking a Pokemon, it was swinging it around, and then, oh wait, did Muck jump on top? I think Muck might have jumped on top of it afterwards. Was it a Bulbous? I can't remember. Does anyone remember in the original anime, like it was like this random episode, right? And then, Bellsprout grabs a Pokemon, swings it around, but then he gets, like, squashed by something. Now, I'm actually kind of certain it was Muck now. But anyway, back to the battle. Just remembering some of the old episodes. I got a lucky crit there on Swallow, and I'm going to be able to feint. I don't know how much it could have really done to me, though. I think that was its only attacking move. So I brought in Crawdon. I went for a Crush Grip. I had a little bit of a worry there from the earliest of Viper, but this time I had a Focus Sash, which is good. So Crawdon's going to go for an Ancient Power. I thought I might go for a Dark-type move there. And yeah, I'm going to take it out with probably the weakest Crush Grip there on 1 health. Last Pokemon on their team is going to be Drifblim. Drifblim is going to be weak to Terra Blast, but it's also going to be strong against me, because now we are both Ghost types. Oh, wait a second. Drifblim's going to have a balloon on top of a balloon. Ready? Look at that. So it's got that balloon. There's 3 balloons on the field at the moment. We've got that balloon on top of Regigigas, another balloon on top of Drifblim, and Drifblim is a balloon too. So here comes that Terra Blast balloon, and that's going to be enough to take out the Drifblim in 1 shot. I had this imagination in my mind as the health bar was going down that it was going to live on 1 health. Anyway, a really cool team there. I wonder if you can guess what it is. Thank you for the battle, Will Jacks. Awesome team, man. Let's get on to battle number 5. This is a battle against Molotov, and we got a pretty cruel team here. So this is got this Slowbro right. It was called Ben's IQ equals 0. But what I think they did right, when they were nicknaming the Slowbro right, they made a mistake. They were meant to put like a 1 in front of that and then another one, so it was 100. So I guess, we'll have to blame like the character limit on the Pokemon games, right? So I went for a Thunder. This is going to be a Metronome Slowbro. Slowbro got a Metronome high jump kick by Regigigas. I was like, holy anyway, so it's going to have leftovers as the item. Regigigas is hopefully going to be able to land this Thunder, which it does, and that is the end of the high jump kicking Slowbro, which is actually called Ben's IQ equals 100. So, next Pokemon, what if Ben's Pickle the Teeny, man? This is like a full roast me team. So I think that Dugtrio is meant to be, Diglett. It wasn't even a Dugtrio, it was a Diglett. The Diglett was meant to be a Steelix. Now, the opposing Diglett's going to go for that final Gambit, and it isn't quite enough to take out the Varoom. Unclean hair? What? I'm trying to figure out what this means. Does that mean like is Joltik is like my hair? Oh, wait, I know what they're trying to say. Like, Joltics are living in my hair? Man, I just washed my hair. I'm feeling it right now. It's nice and smooth, nice and silky, smells very nice. I don't have any Joltics inside my hair. I know I live in Australia, right? But, it's very clean over here. So I'm going to go for a parting shot there. We're going to drop the stats of my hair, apparently, and we're going to swap out. So we might be able to use that Varoom, a little bit later on. So we're going to go into Regigigas now. Sorry, my, not Regigigas, my Varoom. I'm getting my slow start Pokemon all mixed up here at the moment. And we're going to get some toxic damage on the mighty Joltik. I can hardly see it there. It's such a tiny Pokemon, right? We're going to go for Venom Shock, double base power. It actually managed to live. And now the Varoom pretty much can take it out on the next turn. So it's going to eat a Citrus Berry. But it actually stole my item. Like, it went for Thief, and it stole my Weakness Policy. So Weakness Policy couldn't be activated. I'll be real, not that it really got activated very often with my Varoom. It was quite difficult, you know, to activate it on such a, you know, kind of like not a bulky Pokemon. So in comes Tennis Result. Now, this is a story I've told before. I don't know if I want to tell it. You know what? I'm just going to tell it. So basically, kind of long story short, I used to be a tennis coach, right? I'm coaching this tennis lesson. I'm you know, I'm talking to all the kids and stuff like that, you know, how to do like, you know, tennis maneuvers and, you know, that sort of stuff, you know. And this little kid out of the corner of my eye picks the ball up and whacks it across the net straight into the middle of my very sensitive area. And then all the kids, I fell over onto the ground and completely, you know, unconscious, paralyzed with pain and laughter. And then all kids laughed at me for like, you know, half an hour straight, including the parents. So there you go. There's the story. And, you know, that kid, right, would be probably in their 20s now. So that's how long ago it was. But that's the tennis incident. Anyway, out comes Mike. What's this called? Like Ben's, I don't know. I'm trying to, I don't even know what the nickname is. It's probably going to be something to like, I'm thinking about my lunch or something like that. I don't know. Oh, my breath, of course, my breath. You know, you should have done a shiny mark, right? Because it could have been pickle breath, right? You miss out on that one a bit. So I'm gonna go for Hyper Beam on my own breath, and that's good. It's very effective. You know, I used that. I needed. Wait, did that have throat spray? Was that muck holding throat spray? That would have been perfect. Anyway, out comes my throne, of course, yeah, King Toilet, and it's gonna use Guillotine, and that is gonna be the end of my Regigigas. It got one shot out. This thing was a real problem. Like, it seriously was, because I'm thinking to myself, like, with this team, if you can understand, my Pokemon are very weak to Steel type, right? So I had a couple of battles where I bumped into people with, you know, 1, 2, 3 Steel. I even had a couple where the entire team was Steel type. So, you know, the opponent just had an easy battle. I couldn't really do too much except, like, focus, miss Regigigas, and, you know, I had to wait out, I had to stall out, like, slow start for Drain Punch or something. It was way too difficult, right? And if the Steel type had, like, another, say, like, something like Scissor, right, and it was only neutral, it was virtually impossible to win, right? Anyway, they were pretty much my most major counts, like Poison and Steel type Pokemon. So, I guess I'm gonna, is this me? Are they saying I fell asleep on the toilet? I've never fallen asleep on the toilet in my life. So I'm gonna go for that sleep talk. The Guillotine is gonna land again, and Regigigas is gonna, well, it's gonna go down, it's gonna go down the drain. All right, so that's the end of Regigigas number 2. We got one more Varoom, one more Regigigas, and we got to do something here. We got something has to happen, right? So this Regigigas has only got Crush Grip, right? And I can't go for Terra Ghost, but I kind of have to go for Terra Ghost, because, yeah, I'm going to get hit by Guillotine, or I'm scared I'm going to get hit by Guillotine. So, Guillotine is going to miss this turn. I'm going to swap my Regigigas out, and we got Varoom. So, okay, maybe Varoom can do something here. I might be able to get a Gyro Ball up, Curse and Gyro Ball combination, and, yeah, the Guillotine is going to take me out as well. So, I'm caught between a toilet and a hard place. Oh, that didn't sound very good. Anyways, we're going to bring... This battle has been a disaster. So I'm going to bring in Regigigas here. Out goes my throne there. In comes the Tennis Result. I wonder what move Voltorb's going to use. I totally wonder what it's going to use. Anyway, I went for Protect against the Voltorb there. Now Voltorb is going to go for Thunder Wave, so I'm not going to be paralyzed. I thought to go for Protect because it might use like Explosion, right? I went for a double Protect there, it failed, and the Voltorb is going to use Thunder Wave. So now my Regigigas is paralyzed, which is a little bit of a pain, but it doesn't matter too much, I don't think. So now the Voltorb, of course, is going to go for it. That's the tiny explosion ever. It actually did really good damage to Regigigas, like considering Voltorb's attack, right? So that's going to be the end of the Tennis Result. Now, funnily enough, the tennis ball that I got whacked with, right, they were called, they were like these, like, they were like, you know, a normal tennis ball, right? Like the yellow ones. This was like, I think they were called like pee-wee tennis balls, but like, they were sort of like meant for younger kids because you could like really squish them in. But man, that did not stop it from hurting. It didn't hurt. It definitely didn't, you know, quell the impact, if you know what I'm saying. So we got a Terra Ghost Regigigas. I know this King Gambit, King Toilet is getting low on PP. I know it's getting low on PP on the Guillotine, right? Because it's used it so many times now. So I'm thinking I've got I've got like a couple of Crush Grips here. The problem, it's got pressure. Obviously, wait, was that done on purpose? Pressure on the toilet? Oh, anyway, so we're going for Crush Grip here. I'm losing 2 PP every time I use it, yeah? I'm losing that PP. So now it's going to go for rest again. I've got 2 more Crush Grips left. So I'm like, all right, here we go. We're going to land Crush Grip on the full health for the maximum amount of damage, and we'll see what happens there. I've got no other moves. Here we go. My last Crush Grip to use against this, right? And Crush Grip misses. I'm like, are you serious? Now now it's going to go for a Sleep Todd rest. So in the end, what we did, we both decided to go to run from the battle because I couldn't be hit. And I couldn't hit the King Toilet. However, King Toilet would have won because it could use rest, right? So it would have had more health there in the end, I believe. So really cool battle there. Ben Roast team, I hope you had a good chuckle. I'm sure you did. Let's get on to the, what was this, the 6th battle? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go. That's how you count the 6. This is a battle against Lychee. Now, I think we got some sort of theme team here as well. So let me know if you can guess it. So we're going to Heracross lead. It's going to be going for that arm thrust. It's going to be thrusting that motor, you know. I guess when you sort of, if you imagine like one of those little pull strings on it, you could sort of like thrust it to try, or thrust your arm to try and start up the motor, but you know, it just keeps dying and dying and dying, or getting flooded and stuff. You know, it takes a good, instead of 5 turns, it takes a good 500 turns to, you know, to get the little motor going. So this is going to be obviously like, I don't know, I think I feel like they think they're using a Mega Heracross, and it looks like a loaded dice Heracross to me. I went for Toxic here because I pretty much had nothing to lose. I just had to try and get some form of damage, and I'd say it's got King's Rock because I just noticed the nickname is called Flinch Chance. I bet it's got King's Rock, not loaded die. So here comes Arms Thrust again. Man, those thrusts are bigger than the engine. You know, they're massive. It's like battling that. It's like battling that magic hand thing. Is that magic hand thing? When you know, what was it on the Super Smash Brothers? Is it Melee? And you verse this hand, and it like flicked you and stuff like that. It was like the magic hand or something. I remember doing that as a kid, right? And then you battle you battle this metal Mario, and then or metal version of you or something like that, and then you battle this magic hand that would flick you and stuff like that. Anyway, I haven't played those games for a long time. Don't roast me. So we're going to get hit by arm thrusts again. This is actually doing a little bit more damage than I hoped for, because this turn I went for Metal Sound. I was going to go for Metal Sound, and then I was going to go for Venoshock, because I was a little bit afraid that, you know, Heracross would probably live this coming off, Varoom's thumping special attack. So I've gone for the Metal Sound there. At least I made the Heracross's ears ring, right? Wait, where is his ears? Wait, it's got a horn. It's got antennae. Where's its ears? It's got to be out of here, though, right? Okay, question of the day. Where is Heracross's ears? Like, where are they at? I can't see them. Anyway, so that's going to be the end of my Varoom. Oh, wait, no, I went for Endure. So that hit me 4,000 times. Obviously, I'm going to be able to live this one super, super easy. That was like 3 times Bullet Seed hit me. I tried to do what I tried to do is I tried to Toxic Stall them at the end here, because I knew that I couldn't do anything. So one more turn, and the double Endure failed, sadly. But it's fine. It's still going to be the same result there as the Heracross fainting. So Varoom's going to faint, and so is the Heracross, which is going to be very, very good. So bye-bye Heracross. Now we've got I've got one more Varoom left, which I was thinking of just throwing in there. And now we've got a Hitmon top called Multi here. So okay, I wonder what this is going to use. So we're going to bring in the special Regigigas. It's never let me down before, except when Focus Blast miss. And we're hopefully going to get some good damage here with Hyper Beam. So we've got that slow start, and now we've got a Quick Claw, which is great. So Quick Claw and slow start is excellent, and we're going to go for... Oh, this is the turn I went for Protect. Why do I do this to myself? So I got Protect and Quick Claw. It was absolutely incredible stuff. And of course, Hitmon top gets a free turn to set up a Focus Engine. So this is going to be a crit set, 1,000,000%. I don't know what sort of set it's going to be, but then I seen the multi. So I was like, it's probably going to use all those like little kicking moves. So Triple Kick is doing a lot of damage. This is definitely a Technician set for sure. That does a heap of damage to me, almost fainting my Reggie in one shot there. So I've unloaded a Hyper Beam there, and it's lived on 1 health. I'm like, why does this keep happening? The only good thing, right, is I do have a poison, so Hitmon top is gonna faint, which is good. I guess that's bad luck, but good luck at the same time. Rochambeau. I don't know what that means. Okay, Rochambeau must be some sort of like boxing character, or I don't know, it could be a movie or anime, or I just can't think of it. Anyway, it's gonna go for a focus punch. I'm like, oh, this is very, very bad. So this turn, I was recharging, and I'm gonna get punched in the face by a Hitmonchan. I don't think that would be a very magical experience at all. So that's the end of Regis. I've lost half my team now. So we got a Varoom, and we've also got some Toxic happening there on Hitmonchan. This thing has to go. It's too much for a threat. So I'm bringing in the Varoom, and I'm hoping I can do something here. So we've got a Focus Punch. It's tightening its focus. I thought, well, I'll go for a Curse this turn, right? I should be able to live that, and then I'll go for Gyro Ball and do a heap of damage, right? Because, you know, it's very, very slow, and Hitmonchan is going to be, you know, a lot faster, right? So Hitmonchan's going to go for Focus Punch here on my Varoom, my bulky one, and I got critted. I'm like, oh, come on. So that's the end of my fourth Pokemon. Things are not looking good here. We're getting swept here by old Rambo, Rochambeau. I haven't watched the Rambo movies in ages. There's like 69 of them. Anyway, so we're going to bring in the Regigigas. I'm going to go for Body Slam. We're going to make it obviously lose its focus there. And if I keep doing that, I should be all right. But it's got Mach Punch as well. I'm like, it's got a lot of fighting moves. So I'm going to go for that Body Slam there. It's going to be able to live, and it's going to faint to the Toxic. So it's got Mach Punch and Focus Blast. Did I have any other? No, it didn't have any other move. I'm sure I had something that like Ghost types. Next Pokemon, the Snorlax, called Slot Machine. And this worries me, right? Because Slot Machine means luck, right? And luck base means metronome or something, or I don't know, a one-hit KO or some troll stuff like that. So I have to faint this now, right? So metronome Snorlax, of course, here it comes. It's going to use Seismic Toss. First Regigigas on the moon there. Man, it's probably as big as the moon, right? Look at them legs. Anyway, so Snorlax is going to be getting hit by that body press here. I tried to do body press Regigigas. It was kind of weird to me, right? That with body press, it wasn't doing as much damage as I thought it would, because I was running max. What I was doing, I was running max defense, but I believe body press is affected by. I feel like it's affected by slow start, right? Because you're still using the attack damage in calculation. And for example, right, I used it on a King Gambit. Body press. Max defense Regigigas body press, right? On a King Gambit. King Gambit lived at half health. So that makes me definitely think that slow start is affected by body press, right? Like they affect each other. I'm not in the damage calculation, it takes the attack, right? So that makes me definitely think that it was that. I don't know. Or it had to be something along those lines. Even like 4 times weak Pokemon were living, so it had to be something along those lines, right? Anyway, just a little observation that I found while I was doing some battle. So this is a Slot Machine Starfberry Snorlax, right? So it was using Recycle and Starfberry to try and bolster its stats, and then use Sleep to heal itself off, and then obviously hopefully get like a move that was going to be powerful, right? But I couldn't let that one get too many boosts up. It would have been impossible to kill. So here comes Hitmonlee here. This was a high jump kick choice band. So I was thinking I could barely live a high jump kick, but it was choice banded. So I'm going to swap in my Regigigas now, my 5th one. Out goes the Hitmonlee. And in comes a Lapras called OTK. I'm like, yep, I already know what this is going to be. It's going to be a one-hit KO set. So Lapras is one of those Pokemon that gets a 3-hit, one-hit KO moves. So it gets Sheer Cold, Horn Drill, and Fissurite. Now, this part of the battle went on for probably, I want to say, 10 minutes. Now, the issue here was, the skill issue was, the Lapras did not land any one-hit KO moves on me whatsoever. But the problem also was this Regigigas couldn't actually feint the Lapras. So it was I'm just fast-forwarding a little bit here, if you can see that. So I used Sub, I used Protect, I was trying to stall it out. It was using Rest, I was using Crush Grip, right? Crush Grip is good on the first hit, but after that it was doing nothing. So I'm thinking, I'm going to have to probably go for Terra Ghost here and try and get around this thing. So in the end, I decided to go for Terra Ghost. This was like after 5 or 10 minutes, right, of me trying to feint this thing and dodging one-hit KO moves. And the timer was ticking, right? I didn't want to get like 20-minute timer out. So I'm going to go for that Terra Ghost. It also made me immune to at least Horn Drill. And I'm going for Terra Blast on the Lapras, and it lived on 1 health there. and I had my sub up still, and then it got another res. So you can see the pain I was going through trying to feint this thing, yeah? Like, even Terra Blast was not enough to take it out, because Lapras was very, very bulky too. Incredibly bulky. So I went for Terra Blast here. I think I got a crit during that too, so I knew it wasn't Shell Armor, and I eventually fainted, right? I just cut out a lot of turns there. I'm sure you didn't want to watch that for 10 minutes me getting stalled. Next Pokemon is going to be Hitmonlee. I've got Terra Ghost. I went for the Crush Grip. I grabbed its little head, and it's going to get dropped. And that is the end of the battle. A pretty interesting team there by Lychee, and a little bit unlucky on that Lapras for sure there. Let's get on to battle number 7. This is a battle against Super Bowser, and this was actually a pretty funny team, right? I had to think about this for a while. So the first Pokemon is Regigigas, right? So I'm thinking to myself, I was thinking in my head, there's no Pokemon on my team that are going to be able to outspeed this, right? And then my Varoom outsped it. I'm like, wait a second, yeah? I'm thinking to myself, there's only one way actually there's 2 ways that Regigigas can outspeed me. It uses a priority move, a negative priority move, which it didn't. So I was like, it must have the item Lagging Tail, right? What Lagging Tail does is, as an item, it also rapid spin away my Toxic Spikes. Lagging Tail is a item that it doesn't drop your speed. Well, it does drop your speed, but puts you in a negative priority, right? So even a Pokemon with like 1 speed could outspeed it. So I was like, there must be a Lagging Tail Regigigas. So in comes Zebstrika, another very fast Pokemon. I went for Steel Beam there and fainted myself. I mean, there wasn't much I could do there. Went back into my second Varoom here. So this Varoom, as you know, it's a slow start Pokemon. I actually went for Metal Set, and I went first again. I'm like, wait a second. This is going to be an entire team of Lagging Tail users. So something you probably don't ever get to see. So a whole team of Lagging Tail Pokemon. So it's going to have Low Kick that's going to get rid of my Varoom. At this stage, it was nice to outspeed Pokemon, but it still wasn't enough to win right at this point. So I'm like, okay, we're going to go into the special Regigigas. We're going to start firing some Hyper Beams off. So I'm firing this Hyper Beam at the Zebstrika, and that's going to be enough to take it out, which is good. Just in case it did swap too. Maybe Regigigas would come in. Next Pokemon, I for some reason, I can't read their name. Then I got outsped. I'm like, wait, I know why, because of the ability of the Illuminati, Illumus, right? It's going to be a Focus Punch substitute, Illumus, right? So I went for Thunder. I didn't really want to go for High Beam. I'm glad I didn't there, because I would have been on like a recharge. And that's going to be the end of the sub. So we at least can break the sub on the Illumus, right? This is a Focus Punch Illumus. That's actually pretty good damage, considering its attack stat, right? So I got that Quick Claw, and then I got outsped by sub again. So obviously it's that prankster ability, outspeeding my slow start. Who would have guessed? So, and my Quick Claw. So I'm gonna go for that Thunder again. It's landing, which is pretty lucky. Very, very lucky, because if I allowed this thing to have like too many turns, it actually is going to be a threat, right? So only on Pinwright's channel, right, will Illumus with Focus Punch be a threat. Then it used, Prankster Metronome, and it got Electro Shock. So it's going to use Archer-Luden's a signature move here. It's absorbing electricity. So I'm hoping I can withstand, such a powerful attack. So here comes the Thunder. It actually lived that, and I didn't get a paralyzed, and I got a Quick Claw this turn. But since it was through Prankster, obviously, like before, it was able to go first, but since it was a 2-turn move, I could go first, but my focus missed. I tried to disrespect them, and it sort of went back in my face, right? They managed to get another Metronome off here with the Loomis, and they got Vacuum Wave here. So Vacuum Wave was quite a threatening move. I decided to go for Focus Blast again, because I didn't really want to go for Thunder or Hyper Beam, right? I wanted to get that disrespect, but instead of being on recharge, but I probably should have just gone for Hyper Beam, right? At least it would have landed. Next Pokemon's going to be Go-Goat. Hyper Beam is going to miss again, which sucks, and Go-Goat's going to go for the Hornleaf. So that's all right. I still got like 2 Reggies and 1 Varoom left. This Pokemon's going to be pretty thick, though. So we're going to go into Reggie number 2. This is my really, really tanky set. I'm going to go for Knockoff, and of course, the Go-Goat's got a Lagging Tail as well. So it's going to go for grassy terrain. So this is probably going to have, I would say, grassy pelters as abilities, like making it like 1.5 in defense. It like makes it really, really tanky in defense plus slow start. I'm not doing any damage at all. Like even with even with slow start gone, right? Now Go-Goat is going to drink its own milk, and it's going to get all its health back. So we're going for Body Slam, where we're really, really trying to get a Paralyze here, like really going for that. That's pretty much all I can do. So I'm going for Body Slam, I'm paralyzing, but I'm going to need like a lot of luck here. I'm going to need it to be paralyzed virtually for the next 10 turns, right? Because it's got Horn Leech, it's got the grassy terrain, and it has Milk Drink too. So in comes out, sorry, out goes the Go-Goat, in comes that Superior. I'm going to go for Body Slam again. Pretty good damage there on Superior, and I get a Paralyze, which is going to be handy. Now, Superior is going to go for, I'm assuming it's probably going to go for Leaf Storm. It has a very, very limited move pool indeed. That's the end of the grass, and that was almost the end of the Superior there. Leaf Storm's going to hit me, but not as hard as it would have been with that grass up. So I'd say that nearly would have taken me out if that, that grassy terrain was up. So that's the end of the Superior. Next Pokemon's going to be Meowscarlet. Lots of grass Pokemon here. So Meowscarlet, I know it's going to have a lagging tail, so I'm kind of curious what exactly this is going to do. So Meowscarlet is going to be a Terra Fighting Pokemon. This could be a problem. So I thought, is this Terra Blast or is it Aura Sphere? I was trying to think of like the fighting moves that it got. So Regigigas, I think we had I don't know, like a camera angle of its like its bush on its legs or something. And now I'm gonna go for a Terra Fighting here because I thought may as well go for it. We're both gonna be Terra Fighting. This is going to be that Terra Fighting Drain Punch Body Press there, yeah? So I thought I might be able to get away with this. So we're both fighting. We've got that big fist. I'm going to go for Body Press, and I'm going to take the Meowscarlet out, which is very, very good. So now I'm not going to be weak to any fighting moves. So there's Lecky left and Go-Go. So I thought I may as well go for Body Press because it's got a lagging tail. And then here comes Supercell Slam. That actually isn't enough to take me out there. Obviously, it doesn't have the most amazing attack, and Regigigas isn't exactly what you call. It's not exactly what you call the hardest hitter outside of slow start, of course. So there's the lagging tail that's gone. In comes Go-Goat. Go-Goat going to be able to leave this one. It does do a lot of damage, mind you, and Horn Leech is going to take me out. So all I had remaining was one more Regigigas, which I don't know if it could. I'd have to probably go through all the slow starts again, or I could use Varoom. So I'm going to cut out a big section here. What I basically did, I got up Curse with my Varoom. This is a max health, max special defensive set. And I went for 6 curses in a row to get that defense up and that attack up, right? Then I had Gyro Ball, which is going to be very, very powerful. Obviously, I've dropped my speed a lot. Go-Go's going to be a lot faster than me. I mean, I know it is paralyzed, but, by the time I got all of them up there, the grass had gone. I got my act together as well. There was a paralyze on the Go-Go. And then I went for Gyro Ball this turn, and that absolutely dominated the Go-Goat. And that's the end of the battle. A lagging tail team versus slow start. Really cool. Hope you enjoyed it, all people. Drop a like if you did, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.